Caitlin Clark bounced on the balls of her feet, a wide grin plastered across her face. The gym was alive with the sounds of basketballs thumping against the hardwood, sneakers squeaking, and laughter echoing off the walls. For Caitlin, this was more than just another day at training camp. It was a homecoming of sorts, a return to the place where she'd grown so much in just a year. The Indiana Fever training camp was in full swing, and the energy was, honestly, just palpable. Coaches barked out drills, teammates encouraged each other, and the air buzzed with anticipation for the season ahead. Every player was pushing herself, but there was something different about Caitlin this time around. This wasn't her first rodeo, though. Gone were the nerves and uncertainties she felt as a rookie. She remembered her first day last year, how her heart pounded, how every drill felt like a test, and how she worried about making a good impression. Now she moved with a quiet confidence, her actions deliberate and sure. This time she was back with a year of WNBA experience under her belt. She'd faced tough opponents, learned from her mistakes, and celebrated hard-fought victories. The lessons of her rookie season had shaped her, giving her a new perspective on what it meant to be a professional athlete. "It's just different, you know," Caitlin said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "There's a sense of belonging now. I know my teammates, I know the system, and I know what's expected of me. It's not about proving I belong anymore, it's about showing what I can really do. Last year everything was so new, I was just trying to find my footing." She remembered the overwhelming feeling of stepping into a new world, the pressure to adapt quickly, and the challenge of balancing expectations with her own ambitions. She paused, reflecting on how far she had come. The journey hadn't always been easy. There were setbacks, tough losses, and moments of doubt. But each challenge had made her stronger, more resilient and more determined to succeed. "Now, I feel so much more comfortable. I know what to expect. I can focus on getting better and helping my team." With the uncertainty behind her, Caitlin was able to step into a leadership role, guiding younger players and setting the tone for the team's work ethic. The familiar squeak of sneakers on the hardwood, the camaraderie among teammates, the shared pursuit of a championship dream, these were the sights and sounds that had become her lifeblood. The gym felt like a second home, filled with people who shared her passion and drive, and Caitlin was ready to embrace it all. She took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the past year lift off her shoulders, replaced by a sense of excitement for what was to come. Every practice, every game, every moment was an opportunity to grow and to lead. This season, she wasn't just playing basketball, she was living it. With every dribble, every pass, and every shot, Caitlin Clark was writing the next chapter of her story, one filled with confidence, purpose, and a different kind of joy that only comes from truly belonging. The off-season had been a time of intense training for Caitlin. While many athletes use the break to rest and recover, Caitlin saw it as an opportunity, a window to transform herself both physically and mentally. She approached each day with a sense of purpose, determined to push her limits and redefine what she was capable of. Early mornings and late nights became routine as she dedicated herself to a regimen that demanded everything she had and more. She knew that to compete at the highest level she needed to be bigger, stronger, and, well, faster. The WNBA is a league where every inch, every second, and every ounce of strength matters. Caitlin understood that her natural talent would only take her so far. If she wanted to stand out, she had to elevate her game in every possible way. That meant not just working on her skills, but transforming her body into a machine built for the rigors of professional basketball. So she hit the gym with a vengeance, working closely with her strength and conditioning coach, focusing on building core strength and explosiveness. Every session was meticulously planned, targeting the muscles and movements that would give her an edge on the court. From heavy lifts to plyometric drills, Caitlin left no stone unturned. She learned to embrace the burn, knowing that every drop of sweat was an investment in her future success. "I really wanted to improve my physicality," Caitlin explained, wiping sweat from her brow after a grueling workout. "There were days when I was completely exhausted, but I kept reminding myself why I was doing this. I wanted to be able to go toe-to-toe with the best, to never back down from a challenge no matter how tough it got. The WNBA is so physical and I knew I needed to be able to hold my own against bigger guards." She watched film of her future opponents, studying how they used their size and strength to dominate. It became clear that if she wanted to make an impact, she had to be ready for the physical battles that awaited her. That realization fueled her even more, pushing her to lift heavier, run faster, and train harder than ever before. The results were honestly pretty evident. Her body began to change, her muscles grew more defined, her movements more powerful. She could feel the difference every time she stepped onto the court, and so could everyone around her. Coaches, teammates, and even rivals took notice of her transformation. Caitlin was moving with a newfound confidence and power on the court. She carried herself differently, with a swagger that came from knowing she had put in the work. Her teammates fed off her energy, and her coaches trusted her to take on bigger roles. She was no longer just a skilled player. She was a force to be reckoned with. Her drives to the basket were more explosive, her rebounds more contested. She was able to absorb contact, finish through defenders, and fight for every loose ball. The physical edge she had developed gave her a new dimension, making her a threat in ways she had never been before. She could feel the difference in her game, and so could her opponents. Every time she stepped onto the court, she knew she had earned her place, not just with her skills, but with her strength, her resilience, and her relentless drive to be the best version of herself. But it wasn't all work and no play for Caitlin during the off-season. She made sure to carve out time for herself, to recharge and pursue her passions outside of basketball. One particular highlight was her trip to Augusta National Golf Club for the Masters tournament. "It was a dream come true," Caitlin gushed, her eyes widening at the memory. "I've always loved golf, and to be at Augusta, experiencing that atmosphere, it was just incredible." The trip was exactly what she needed. A chance to relax, decompress, and return to basketball with renewed energy and focus. Back in Indiana, the start of training camp brought a fresh wave of excitement and anticipation. The gym buzzed with energy as new coaches and teammates arrived, each bringing their own unique backgrounds and stories. For many, it was a chance to start anew, to prove themselves, and to become part of something bigger than just basketball. The atmosphere was filled with hope, nerves, and the promise of new beginnings. Caitlin embraced the opportunity to learn from different perspectives and build relationships with her new teammates. She knew that every player and coach brought something valuable to the table, whether it was a fresh approach to the game, a different leadership style, or simply a new sense of humor that could lighten the mood during tough practices. She understood that chemistry, both on and off the court, was crucial for success. It wasn't just about running plays or executing drills. It was about building trust, supporting each other through challenges, and celebrating every small victory together. Caitlin made it a priority to encourage her teammates, whether it was a high five after a good play or a word of support after a tough drill. "We've got a lot of new faces this year, which is really exciting," Caitlin said. "It's a chance for all of us to grow, to push each other, and to see what we can accomplish together. There's a real sense of possibility in the air. Everyone is eager to learn and grow together." The team spent hours not just on the court but also in meetings and film sessions, breaking down plays and discussing strategies. Every day brought new lessons, and every challenge was met with determination and a willingness to adapt. "We're all buying into the system and building that trust," Caitlin explained. "It's not always easy, but we know that if we stick together and believe in each other, we can achieve great things." From team dinners filled with laughter and stories, to late-night shooting sessions where only the sound of bouncing basketballs echoed through the gym, Caitlin made a conscious effort to connect with her teammates on a personal level. These moments off the court were just as important as the hours spent practicing. She knew that strong bonds off the court would translate to better communication and understanding on the court. By building friendships and supporting each other through the ups and downs, the team was laying the foundation for a season filled with potential, unity, and shared purpose. One teammate in particular had a profound impact on Caitlin. Veteran guard, DB. Known for her leadership and work ethic, DB had taken Caitlin under her wing, offering guidance and support. "DB's been amazing," Caitlin shared, a hint of admiration in her voice. "She's a true professional and she leads by example. She's always pushing me to be my best, both on and off the court." DB's influence extended beyond Caitlin. She set the tone for the entire team, fostering a culture of hard work, accountability, and selflessness. That word, selflessness, was a common theme throughout training camp. Coach emphasized the importance of putting the team's success above individual accolades. Caitlin fully embraced this philosophy. "It's not about who scores the most points or gets the most assists," Caitlin affirmed. "It's about everyone playing their role to the best of their abilities and working together towards a common goal." This team-first mentality was evident in every drill, every scrimmage, every interaction. Players were diving for loose balls, setting screens for one another, and celebrating each other's successes. The excitement surrounding the Fever was palpable. The new roster, brimming with talent and potential, had fans and analysts buzzing. Caitlin, however, remained grounded. She knew that talent alone wouldn't guarantee success. "We have a lot of potential, but potential doesn't win championships," Caitlin said, her voice laced with determination. "We have to put in the work every single day and earn it." The journey wouldn't be easy, but Caitlin was ready for the challenge. She knew that with hard work, dedication, and a shared belief in one another, the Fever could achieve something special. As the days of training camp turned into weeks, one thing was abundantly clear. Caitlin Clark was back, and she was better than ever. The time off, the intense training, the new experiences, they had all fueled her fire, reigniting her passion for the game. "I just love basketball," she said, a wide smile spreading across her face. "I love the competition, the camaraderie, the feeling of leaving it all out on the court." That love was evident in every possession, every practice, every interaction. It was contagious, inspiring her teammates and captivating fans. The Indiana Fever had a new energy, a renewed sense of purpose, and at the heart of it all was Caitlin Clark, the young star who was ready to lead her team to new heights. The future was bright in Indiana, and Caitlin Clark was ready to shine.